The two strongest forces you will ever face in your life are time and words. Once they slip away from you, you can't run after them or bring them back. They disappear forever. My friends, words hold a kind of power that most people never fully see. They can heal wounds that no one notices, or they can create marks that remain for years. They can lift a person so high they feel unstoppable, or they can hurt someone so deeply they will remember that moment for the rest of their life. You may have seen how a single simple sentence can brighten someone's whole day, while another line can stay stuck in their mind, repeating again and again like an old echo they can't silence. Words cost nothing to say, yet their value is beyond measure. They look small and harmless, but they carry the kind of force that can shift a person's path in just one moment. Before we go any further, do me a tiny favor. Tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me, because today I'm going to hand you a phrase so powerful, so full of emotion, so impossible to ignore that almost any man who hears it will feel something he won't be able to shake off. I want you to imagine something. Pretend you're standing in front of a vending machine. You put in the money, choose your item, and wait. But nothing falls, nothing moves. So what do? You push it, you shake it, you tap it a little harder. You try the exact same things again, hoping that this time it will work. That is how many people treat their relationships. They keep pressing the same emotional buttons, saying the same things, hoping the situation will suddenly improve, but nothing changes. Men are built in a certain way, and if you don't understand what inspires them, what softens them, what makes them feel safe enough to open up, you'll keep using the wrong method and wonder why nothing is shifting. But today, I'm giving you the key that unlocks all of this. Many people think men are simple. Feed them, give them attention, compliment them, and everything is fine. But that idea is far from reality. Men feel things deeply, often much deeper than they allow anyone to see. The difference is that society teaches them to hide their emotions, to stay strong, to swallow their pain, to carry their struggles quietly without burdening anyone. Because of that, many men move through life with invisible weights pulling them down. They might not always say what's in their heart, but believe me, inside they are hoping that someone will notice what they carry. Here's the surprising thing. Many women believe they must be perfect in every way. Perfect body, perfect personality, perfect lifestyle to keep a man's focus. But that is not what makes a man stay. A man stays where he feels appreciated, respected, understood, and safe to express himself. He stays where he feels seen for who he really is, not just for what he does. Think of a stray dog. It doesn't trust right away. It keeps its distance. It might run even when you offer something kind. Not because you mean harm, but because it has been hurt before. It needs proof that you are safe. Over time, with gentle care, patience, and steady kindness, the dog relaxes. It finally realizes it can trust you. Men are much the same. Many walk around with emotional armor because life has shown them that being open comes with danger. They will not lower their defense simply because you wish they would. They need proof that opening up won't harm them, and nothing breaks through that armor faster than the right words spoken with honesty at the right moment. Before you think this is about playing games or tricking a man, let me pause you right there. This is not manipulation. This is understanding human feelings, learning how men react internally, and speaking in a way that reaches their heart instead of bouncing off their guard. Everyone talks, but very few people truly connect. And once you learn how to touch a man's hidden emotional world with your words, everything about your bond starts to change. So if you're ready to hear the phrase that can melt even the toughest heart, stay exactly where you are. You really don't want to miss this. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with me. Words can act as weapons or lifelines. They cost nothing to speak, but depending on how you use them, they can either save something important or destroy something fragile. Words can open old wounds or help them finally close. They can create love or burn it to the ground. One careless sentence can break trust. One honest line can make someone feel valued for a lifetime. Why do some speeches bring people to tears, while others make them bored and disconnected? Why do certain couples stay deeply in love for years, while others lose their spark even though they say, "I love you" often? It's because meaningful communication isn't about how much you talk. It's about how deeply your words are felt. It's the emotion inside the words that matters most. Imagine walking through a dark forest with only one match. If you strike it carelessly, you might start a fire that destroys everything. But if you light it gently, it becomes the tiny flame that keeps you warm and guides you out of the darkness. That is exactly how words work. A sharp insult, a mocking sound, or a sarcastic remark, these are sparks that can destroy trust, love, and connection. But a warm message, a comforting assurance, or a sentence that speaks directly to the soul, these create safety, warmth, and closeness. So ask yourself honestly, how do you use your words? Are you lifting someone up or accidentally tearing them down? Are you creating closeness or pushing distance without realizing it? Most people never stop to think about how heavy words can be. They talk like their words float away, forgotten. But words stay. They follow people. They shape how they feel about themselves and how they feel about you. They can create hidden damage or give hidden strength. Here's something many overlook. Men, even the ones who look strong, are heavily influenced by words. Society tells them to be tough, ignore their feelings, push through pain, and keep going no matter what. But the truth is, men remember the hurtful words. They remember the harsh comment from a parent. They remember the rejection from someone they cared for. They remember the moment they felt small, dismissed, or unimportant. These memories don't disappear. They stay stored deep inside them, sometimes for years. And the right words spoken with genuine warmth can reach that hidden part of them that rarely gets touched. Maybe it came from never being thanked for what he gives. Or maybe it came from always feeling like his efforts went ignored. These things don't fade quickly. They don't vanish with time. They stay buried deep. Sometimes for years, sometimes for most of a lifetime. But the opposite is also true. A sincere, heartfelt word spoken at the perfect moment can reach into a place in him that few people ever touch. It can soften pain he hides from everyone. It can remind him that he is seen, appreciated, and valued. It can make him feel understood without him having to explain anything. And that is the power of the right words. Right moment can bring life back into a man. It can strengthen him in ways you may never notice. It can remind him that he is more than his responsibilities, more than his job, more than the tasks he completes day after day. Words have shaped nations, started battles, healed hearts, inspired movements, and begun love stories that influenced history itself. So once again, I want to ask you, how are you using yours? Because very soon I'm going to give you a phrase that can reach a man's heart in a way almost nothing else can. But before that, you need to understand what men are actually longing for. And trust me, it's probably not what you think. Let's talk about a truth people rarely say aloud. Society loves to praise the image of the unbreakable man. Cold, strong, silent, always in control, never needing help, never showing weakness. But behind that mask is a very different reality. Every man, no matter how secure or confident he appears, is starving for something inside, something emotional, something human. something he might not even realize he is missing. From a young age, boys hear the same lines again and again. Don't cry. Be strong. Handle it yourself. Don't show weakness. So what do? They hide their feelings. They push down their emotions. They grow into men who become experts at pretending everything is okay. And they move through life like quiet soldiers, showing up even when they are exhausted inside. Imagine a man walking through life with emotional armor, trying to shield himself from judgment, rejection, and disappointment. People assume he's fine because he never complains. They think he's calm because he doesn't express everything he feels. But inside, he is longing for something simple yet rare. He wants to feel noticed. He wants someone to see the effort he puts into everything. He wants to hear someone tell him, "I know how much you try. I see your effort, and it matters." Men are not searching for perfection. They are searching for peace. They want someone who does not add more weight to their lives, but someone who helps them breathe easier. And one of the strongest ways to give that peace is through your words. Have you ever noticed how a man might chase praise from his boss, seek approval from his father, or look for validation from strangers online? That isn't ego. That is hunger. Emotional hunger. Because men rarely hear that they are enough. They are expected to be enough without ever hearing it. That silence becomes heavy. It builds distance. It creates walls. It teaches men to stop opening up. When a person feels unseen for too long, they stop showing parts of themselves. They withdraw. They protect what's left. But you, yes, you, have the power to change that story. Your voice can become the place where he finally feels safe enough to lower his shield. Your words can be the permission he needs to release the weight he keeps hidden from the world. One sincere sentence, just one, can break through years of emotional silence. It can make a man feel strong in a new way. It can make him feel chosen, appreciated, and important. Not because of what he provides, but because of who he is deep inside. So, what is that powerful sentence? What can you say that hits deeper than the usual lines? We're almost there. Just one last truth before I give you the phrase. Let's look at something even deeper than love itself. Being heard, truly listened to, is so close to being loved that most people can't tell the difference. The world throws around compliments easily. Flattery is effortless. Anyone can say you're great, or you look nice, or you're amazing. Men hear those things, smile politely, and forget them minutes later, because those words don't reach the part of them that is truly thirsty. Real words, the kind that move your soul, the kind that stay with you, the kind that leave a mark long after they're spoken, those are rare. Imagine walking through a desert with no water, your throat dry, your body begging for relief. Someone hands you a cold soda. It tastes good at first, but it won't save you. It won't hydrate you. It doesn't meet what your body truly needs. That is what flattery is. Pleasant, light, maybe sweet, but not enough to satisfy the deeper need. So what quenches that thirst? Real understanding, genuine recognition, words that reach beyond the surface and touch the heart. The kind of words that make a man stop and think, "She actually sees me. She understands me." That is where everything changes. Because when a man feels not only seen but deeply understood, you reach a part of him almost nobody ever reaches. That's when he opens up. That's when he becomes naturally loyal. That's when he feels safe enough to reveal his real self. Now, are you ready for the phrase? Because what I'm about to share goes far beyond charm or looks or anything physical. When you say it honestly, something powerful happens. He listens, he softens, he responds. It touches him in a place he rarely lets anyone reach. And suddenly he isn't just hearing your words, he's feeling them. Most men walk through life unnoticed. They wake early, push through their day, handle responsibilities, manage stress, solve problems, and keep going even when they feel drained. And at the end of the day, very few people truly acknowledge them. People say things like, "nice job," or "you're doing great," but those lines are too general, too shallow, too forgettable. But when someone looks a man directly in the eyes and says, "I see you, I appreciate your effort, I respect what you do," everything changes. Because that isn't just a casual compliment. That is validation. That is emotional recognition. That is someone telling him he is not invisible. His effort, his challenges, his energy, they matter. Men crave respect and appreciation even more than they crave affection. This isn't an opinion. This is something life proves over and over. This is something seen in relationships, families, friendships, and nearly every experience with men. A woman can say, "I love you," every day. But if her words are filled with criticism, complaints, or subtle disrespect, that love won't land. It won't feel warm. It won't feel safe. If she talks down to him, questions his motives, or ignores the effort he brings, he will feel exhausted and unseen, no matter how often she says she cares. But on the other hand, if she looks at him and says, "I respect what you do, I see how hard you try, I truly appreciate you," that fills a man in a way nothing else can. That gives him a sense of strength, a sense of meaning, a sense of being valued. Those words fuel him. Those words make him want to lift mountains, not because he has to, but because he wants to, for the person who truly sees him. Respect isn't just admiration, it is honor. And when a man feels honored, when he feels held in high regard, something inside, when a man watches you open up, when he sees that you're not scared to be gentle, honest, or real, something shifts inside him in a way he rarely experiences. Your openness sends a message he almost never hears in his daily life. It tells him he doesn't have to act perfect around you. He doesn't have to hold everything in. He doesn't have to pretend he's fine when he's exhausted on the inside. Your willingness to show your true self gives him permission to breathe, to relax, and to stop hiding behind the heavy armor he's learned to carry. Most men grow up believing they must stay silent, hold their pain in their chest, and push through their struggles without ever letting anyone see what's happening beneath the surface. They think that staying quiet is the same thing as being strong, even when it slowly wears them down. They've been told since childhood to toughen up, not cry, not express fear, not show their softer emotions, so they bury everything deep inside. They carry old hurt that no one knows about. They walk through life with worries and doubts that cling to them like shadows they never talk about. Even when they smile or joke around, those unspoken fears stay hidden in their mind. And because they've been taught to face everything alone, they rarely feel like anyone truly understands what they are carrying. But when a man sees your softness, when he watches you lower your guard even a little, it shows him something he doesn't see often. It tells him that sharing his truth isn't something to be ashamed of. It tells him that being open won't make you think less of him. It tells him that you can hold space for his feelings without pushing him away or judging him. Your vulnerability becomes an invitation, a quiet promise that he doesn't have to fight every battle in silence. And when a man feels that kind of safety, when he senses that he can be himself without fear, he begins to open doors inside himself that he normally keeps locked. He starts letting you see the thoughts he hides from the world. He starts trusting you with the pieces of him he never shows anyone. And once that happens, the emotional bond between you grows stronger, deeper, and more real than anything he has felt before. You can let your guard drop. And that feeling, that sense of breathing freely, without anyone demanding strength from you, is something many men never feel anywhere else. It's like finally exhaling after holding it in far too long. There is a simple line, nothing fancy or poetic, but quietly powerful, that can reach even the man who stays hidden behind silence. When you speak it with honesty and warmth, it slips through defenses he didn't even realize he'd built. The words are, "I believe in you, and I'm here no matter what." Not, "I'm here if you never make mistakes." Not, "I'm here only when you look strong." Not, "I'm here as long as you stay steady." Just, "I'm here always." Those few words feel like life itself to a man who has been carrying far too much on his back. They feel like clean air to someone who has been suffocating under doubt, pressure, and unspoken expectations. They can be the shift between a man locked in silence and a man finally opening his heart. When he hears them, truly hears them, something deep inside loosens. The tightness in him begins to ease. The walls he holds up start to fall. Not because he's fragile, but because for the first time in a long time, he feels safe. He feels understood. He feels like he can exist without performing strength for anyone. So ask yourself honestly, can you be the one who goes first? Can you be the one who lowers your own shield so he feels safe enough to lower his? Because real love always begins with someone brave enough to show softness first. When you take that small step, when you offer that gentle courage by being real, that's when something meaningful begins to grow. That's when real connection starts. Words carry incredible force, but timing is the hidden element that decides whether those words heal or harm. You can have the most thoughtful sentence, the most loving intention, but if you speak it when he is shut down or overwhelmed, the meaning may never reach him. Or worse, your words might build more distance instead of closeness. Think of planting a seed. You can hold the perfect seed, but if you drop it into dry, hard soil, it won't grow. Yet the same seed planted into soft, ready soil can grow into something beautiful. The seed didn't change. The moment did. Communication works the same way. Maybe you tried comforting someone while they were angry and it only frustrated them further. Maybe you tried encouraging someone while they were drowning in doubt and they brushed you away. It wasn't that your words were wrong. Their heart simply wasn't open at that moment. Most people focus too much on what to say, but the true magic, the part that creates deep understanding, comes from knowing when to say it. When you pay attention to his quiet moments, to the way his energy shifts, to the subtle signs he gives when he's wrestling with something inside, you begin to understand him without needing long explanations. When you can feel his emotional weather, when he's worn out, when he's tense, when he's discouraged, that's when your words begin to land. That's when your voice stops feeling like noise and starts feeling like a place he can rest. When you speak the right words at the exact moment his heart is slightly open, that's when defenses fall. That's when he lets you in. That's when the connection grows stronger and more authentic. So don't speak just to fill the space. Pause. Notice him. Feel what he's feeling. Wait for the moment where your voice becomes comfort instead of pressure. Then speak gently, with presence and understanding. And your words will do what they're meant to do. They will soften him, support him, and draw you both closer. Your words shape the emotional space between you and another person. They don't just fill the air, they shape the atmosphere. They create the emotional walls, doors, and windows of your relationship. You've probably met someone who walks into a room, says only a few lines, and everyone pays attention. Everyone senses something shift. It's not a trick. It's the effect of speaking with intention instead of impulse. But don't confuse this with memorizing phrases or using strategies to control someone. That's manipulation. And men, especially men who've been hurt or disappointed, can detect manipulation instantly. This is about being genuine. It's about speaking from a true place within you. It's about building closeness through sincerity, not tactics. It's about saying things that matter because they come from care, not calculation. Because deep down, Every man, no matter how composed he seems, no matter how successful or steady he looks, wants the same three things: to be seen for who he really is, to be valued not just for his achievements, but for his heart, and to feel safe enough to be open without fear of being judged or pushed away. When he senses that from you, when he hears words spoken from a place that truly means every syllable, something inside him finally lets go. And that is where love grows in a way that feels natural, strong, and lasting.